What's good, Planet Destiny? It's BBK Dragoon here with a review of the Aegis of the Reef, one of the new weapons from the spring update that has a chance to drop from Varix by either House Judgment rank up packages or from completing the high score in your challenge of Elder's Sigil. The weapon is a high rate of fire, low impact pulse rifle. It occupies the same weapon archetype as Hawksaw, Zeros PDX-45, Time on Target, and Bad Juju. Now before you jump on me saying it's pronounced Aegis, BBK.
Aegis.
And I found out that Aegis, as stated in the Iliad, is carried by Athena and Zeus, but its nature is uncertain. It had been interpreted as an animal skin or a shield, sometimes bearing the head of a Gorgon. The Aegis of Athena is referred to in several places in the Iliad. It produced a sound as from a myriad of roaring dragons. 100 tassels of pure gold hang fluttering from it, tight woven each of them, and each the worth of 100 oxen. Alright, so the very first thing players will notice about the Aegis is that it is one of the new chroma-supported weapons. For the obvious strengths of the gun, the stuff you're going to notice right when you pick it up, it has the second highest range stat and the second highest aim assist stat possible for this rate of fire and impact class of pulse rifles. Long range is beneficial and the aim assist stat is noticeable. It's quite a bit more than Hawksaw, so when you're getting this crosshair near the opponent, it helps stick just a little bit more. It's not overbearing, but it is a little bit of a benefit. There are a ton of excellent potential perk rolls for this weapon. Very few chances that perk nodes are going to have a weak or useless perk. A lot of opportunities for a good roll, so if you get one, don't throw it away without checking the perks. The main setbacks for this gun: the small magazine size of 24, and plus, if the database is 100% right, there are no potential perks possible on this weapon to increase that magazine size. The reload time for the gun is average, but in the final perk slot, there are potential ways to increase that reload speed. But it's a small magazine and a high rate of fire, low impact pulse rifle, meaning if you are not very careful with your shots, only 8 volleys, so dealing with multiple opponents can be an issue. In PvP, you'll be dealing 17 body damage or 25 precision damage. You may see a little bit higher for the precision damage in this video because the Aegis that you're looking at has Head Seeker as one of the perk rolls, meaning body shots with this weapon increase precision damage for a short time. The weapon will kick up and to the right slightly, making it a weapon you have to manage the recoil a bit more than a Hawksaw or a Zeros PDX-45. You can roll counterbalance onto this weapon. Speaking of perks, in the first node, you're going to want Perfect Balance or Hammer Forged. No way to small bore. You do not want any reduction in the magazine size. The main weakness of this weapon is its small magazine size. And Send It, it's kind of average. In the second node, any of these are desirable. Any of them. Now, I got full auto on mine. It's probably my least desirable perk out of all the potentials here. Honestly, I think high caliber rounds would be really nice on this weapon, especially since it's high rate of fire. In the third node, honestly, any of the perks would be beneficial for this gun. Counterbalance, Rangefinder, Hidden Hand, Third Eye, Head Seeker, Glass Half Full. Hope you're getting what I mentioned at the beginning. All of the potential perks that you can get on the Aegis are really nice. I took the Aegis through a lot of different PvP while testing it. 6s and 3s, did an entire trials run using just the Aegis as my primary. Made it to the lighthouse. During the first week of trials spring update, I felt like the gun could go toe-to-toe with just about any other weapon it was up against. And that's mainly because this high rate of fire, low impact pulse rifle, as long as you're landing precision shots, has fast kill times. If you're landing too many body shots, you'll struggle with this type of weapon. The range difference between this and Hawksaw, very noticeable. And that's, I think, what made it more deadly in trials, was the fact that I could shoot people at a distance they weren't expecting. 3s is where this gun shines a bit more than 6s because that small magazine size really comes into play. 6s are a bit more chaotic and there's generally more potential double kills on screen at one time, whereas in 3s it tends to be single elimination. You're focusing one target and then maybe positioning differently for the next kill. I would want a perk that helps out my reload speed in those circumstances because only 8 bursts means A, you have to land a ton of your shots. If you're missing or hitting too many bodies, you're going to struggle and have to reload mid-fight. And then B, if you're actually having to deal with 2 or 3 folks at once, you're going to be reloading mid-fight, and that's just not something that a PvP player in 6s wants to do, especially when there's other pulse rifles in the same archetype that have a larger magazine. Yes, you can use the Aegis in PvE. This archetype of pulse, though, isn't known for being the best in class for PvE. It's low impact, high rate of fire. And if you look at the potential perk rolls, they're all geared towards PvP anyway. There's no Firefly on this list. You're not getting a setup here that's really tailored for PvE. I found the weapon to be extremely fun to use. In terms of viable in PvP, absolutely. If you had to choose between this and the vendor roll Hawksaw right now, or a good roll Suros PDX-45, I'd stick with the PDX-45 or the Hawksaw. But that doesn't mean a strong player can't use the better range stat of the Aegis and aim assist stat of the Aegis to overcome and use it as a better tool in their arsenal. And that's going to do it for this review. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there, Guardians.